the biggest piece that I can offer to students as they're entering their first job, or maybe taking that first internship, or even entering the professional world for the first time, is to really think about your expectations as someone who is employed, as someone who will be part of the culture of the office. Because really, it's never just going to be you. It's not going to be just you at a desk by yourself. Even if you are self-employed, you will be working with other people in some area. So you really have to think about, how am I communicating my expectations? How am I listening to my coworkers? How am I really adjusting to this culture and fit of the office? So it's so much about this big puzzle. How do I kind of work with my coworkers to display this big picture at the end of the day, and really remembering that it's not about you. And that was a hard lesson for me. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about how I did my job. It was how I worked with my colleagues and coworkers to represent this office that we worked for. So even if I was doing my best every day and I felt like I was solid on my responsibilities, I was as strong as the weakest person in the office. And that was really hard for me. So I think communication. Can I ask good, respectful, face-to-face questions to seek clarification of my supervisor and my coworkers? Can I communicate effectively what my tasks are and how we work together across the campus or across our work environment? And how am I listening? So am I listening to the needs of my coworkers? If they're telling me that they're staying at work 10 hours a day and that should not be the case, how can I support them in leaving the office early? How can I make sure that they are healthy inside and outside of the office so that they can do their best work? Same thing with listening to the demands of my supervisor or the requests from my supervisor. Am I really listening to what she needs and what she's expecting from me? Because if I'm not, then I'm not doing anyone any good. So I think those are the biggest pieces, is how do I fit, how am I communicating, and can I understand someone's background enough to understand where they're coming from to make the big picture work better?